Go on, Alex. Yes. Hold on. Hold on, Alex.
Biggest message. What's he doing? Stand back, Moody! He's off his feet!
Offside.
Seven! Get 7! Okay, no, we're not going to bother with 7 then. That's why you use it!
Yeah. They're a decent kid. That was great. Takes the ball, it's pretty tough, isn't it? Takes the ball. Oh, Moody! Well, the final score didn't really flatter you, did it, Mike? It could have been bigger.
Yes, I think it could have been, but we stuck to the task, and so that was the most important thing after last week. And it was our response and our performance. You know, the score could have been more, perhaps. We were certainly the more dominant side. However, they had an excellent kicker, and so whenever we conceded in their half, we were looking down the barrel of 3 points.
Does the penalty count concern you?
It would normally concern me. This week, not so much. I thought we were quite disciplined. I thought we were unlucky on a couple of calls, and I think we are definitely going in the right direction.
Some good individual performances there. I thought Will Lees had a...
Will Lees was outstanding, but I also thought he was supported brilliantly by Eddie Webster. I thought the two of them played exceptionally well, but they were only allowed to play well, and Dominic Moon, he played well as well in the back row. They were, all of the three were only allowed to play well because our front five worked so hard and were as disciplined and confrontational at set piece, and then also when it came to phase play. I thought in terms of phase play, we were able to string a lot of possession together, and that makes all the difference. And it's obvious. So when we've got the ball, we are on the front foot and we're controlling it. And when we don't have the ball, we can make sure that if we don't concede a penalty, we're pretty strong in our defence.
Yeah, I mean defence again.
There was
penalty drive was the
I know,
the
and it was
the answer.
it was. I would rather not talk about the penalty try.
But otherwise,
Yeah, exactly. At no point did we feel under threat in our back, in our defensive line. By all, they threw a lot at us, and there's some good players in their team, but we were pretty solid, I thought.
They didn't seem to do much more than outside the 10 a lot with the forwards. Was that because we didn't allow them to get wide, or was that more that you think it was their game plan and we just handled it very well?
I don't know. I mean, maybe their game plan was a little bit more 10-man rugby. I don't think they got the chance to build any long sort of possession. It was either they got the ball and we defended well, or they got the ball and they got a penalty. So there was they were unable to build any sort of consistent play, which is, I suppose from our point of view, that's encouraging. Maybe they would potentially look at how they play.
Something you've mentioned in previous ones, we seem to be playing in the right areas today. We kicked when we needed to, and
we definitely did. I thought the scrum halves, when they played, both when Sam came on and when Craig was on, Craig Aikman, they controlled the game, the scrum halves, really, really well. And so we predominantly didn't play in the wrong areas. A couple of times we were a bit hair and scaring, but on the whole I was happy.
We've just played, a team that's tried to play us with a forward pack. It's a team that might have beaten us up in other years. We seem to be a lot more able to take on the challenges, even with quite a few players out. Seeing the guys that are coming in are really fronting up.
I think we set us our challenge. I put it to the team before the match. Was last week a sting which we respond to, or a nagging doubt that sort of stays with us and grows like a cancer? And it was that was down to them. They had to ask themselves personally and collectively what they were going to do about it, how they were going to respond. And I would say, and I would say this, but a few years ago that would have been that nagging doubt, and they would have allowed that, under pressure, that would have come back to haunt them a little bit. However, this year, the last couple of seasons, both with Dave Baldwin and then myself, I think the team has now got that ability to everyone has bad games. You come up against strong teams, but if you are able to use that as a motivation rather than as a nagging doubt, then you're always going to come out better on the whole.
You obviously struggled last week with a weakened side. Are you happy with the strength in depth of the?
I think we've got a few injuries that we could have done without. However, with injuries come opportunities for the players that come in, and the ones that came in this week. I think it was a really hard call for the ones that came in last week, because you're against the top side and you're away from home, and it was tough. And they stuck at it, to be fair to them, for a large part of last week. This week, the lads that came in, again, it was their opportunity to make an impression, and I think they really did. Admittedly, not as strong as opposition as last week. However, still have to play well. There were still a lot of big lads in that Otley side, and we were able to respond front up.
Any injury worries from today?
No, Sean came off because he had a sort of stiff ankle, but he'll be okay. And Chris Gale, who it was his last game today, so he's been a great servant for us and a great player. He's going travelling, so I may have been worried about his hamstring, but now I couldn't care less.
Yeah. And those that were missing today, how are they doing?
I think we're looking okay. I don't know if any will be coming back for next week. Maybe Joab Murphy. He hurt his leg playing in the week last week, so hopefully he'll be okay coming back next week.
Is that something you'll be addressing?
Yes, we certainly will be. Yes, it was something I wasn't aware of until after the event. But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you. Thanks, chaps.